Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Connor Pouts, and today I'm back at it again with another, editing tutorial, like editing with Connor. I don't know if this is a series I'm going to be doing from now on, but I don't know. I turned it into a series sort of like against the way I had it the first time, so it was pretty cool. I haven't done one of these in a while, but today I thought I would give you guys like a basic tutorial on how to talk about fixing stuff that was recorded in a different aspect ratio than it's supposed to be. So here's essentially the problem here. So playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is going to be a new series on my channel, essentially the highest resolution we can get is 1680 by 1050, which is 8 by 5, I believe it is, an 8 by 5 aspect ratio. However, the game stretches it to 16 by 9, so that's how it gets recorded. Which makes it look kind of weird and janky in places like that. So, and I prefer showing it in the aspect ratio that it's designed to be for. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be taking care of here today. So that's the resolution we've got. So I've got that in a sequence setting. The way you can change it is by going on your sequence, whatever that happens to be. That's just everything that isn't like the video. So this is the sequence here. We're going to go up to sequence settings, and we're going to go to 1680 by 1050, which matches this 1680 by 1050 by 16, which we don't care about the 16 part. But anyway, it's 8 by 5, like I said, 60 frames per second time code, all that stuff. 1680 by 1050. So here's the problem. Essentially, if I take the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas clip right here, as you can see, it stretches out. If I right click and I say set to frame size, that's going to show down here and up here. Now, the normal way they'd say to do that is just set it to set the sequence settings, but that just assumes that it was recorded in the actual aspect ratio. That stuff up there isn't the same one way or another down here. So that's what we're gonna have to do. So what we have to do is uncheck this where it says uniform scale right here. What that's gonna do is it's gonna set it down so we can change it. Go squeeze it and push it out to there. Way it goes out to this way, 100 is about the right area. And the way you can see that is by clicking on position here, and we can actually see the individual thing. So as you can see, the scale height, we're actually going to be pushing this down to about, say, there. And we're going to just push the edge of it as far as we can go here. And then this up here is going to go up to about this area right there. So 87 possibly? Oh no, 88 was good. 88 and then, or maybe 87.5 would be decent. Yeah, there we go. That's about right. So what we can see here is that the overall quality of the picture has gone up. Like you can't really replace anything. This is its normal aspect ratio, and it looks natural the way it's supposed to be watched. And that's just not the way it gets displayed. So now we got to switch it back to 1920 by 1080 if we want to export it for with 1080. What that just does it right here. This is 1920 by 1080, and as you can see, everything looks squashed in this right here because it's being squashed at it. But the game looks natural, and that's just how it's supposed to be. But anyway, what we're going to go ahead and do is create ourselves a brand new sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this just to make it easier for me. Double click on the sequence. I'm going to rename it to 1920 x 1080 because that's what we're going to switch it to. Double click on that sequence, make sure that's the one you're targeting. Go to sequence settings, change that back to 1920 by 1080. And as you can see, it'll go back to the way it was before. We can actually get rid of this. And now we're going to take our other sequence that we just switched, grab this, and put it here. So that way, it gets shown in here. Now we're free to adjust the position settings as much as we want. So we're going to go ahead and mess this around. I guess 104 possibly? 103. Okay, that's about right. So as you can see, the black box is on the other side. This is the way it would normally be shown if we were playing, if the game showed it at the right aspect ratio. That's what would normally be shown. But we couldn't do that in the other one because we'd have to mess with these settings here, and we don't want to do that. So that's perfect. The way I usually get rid of this is I'll show you this again. I'm sure I showed it to you at some point, but what we're going to do is we're going to copy this setting. Be sure that V1 and V1 are both selected here for the source pathing inserts. Control V, make sure this goes down to here. I'll show you what happens if I put this here and back up, then it's going to do this. And if I go ahead and Control V, it just replaces that and it makes it weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we selected this one, go to the start, Control V it right there, so that way it's perfect. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to grab the scale and adjust it just a little bit, as you can see. So that's perfect where it is right now. So it shows up in the background, and if we hide this layer, it's just an extra layer that's being overloaded. We'll put this over top. Then what we're going to do is go to Effects, go to Gaussian Blur, and put that here. We're going to take the blurriness, put it up to 26. So that just shows like this right here. So in the letterboxes, it makes it look a little bit better on the eyes. The areas here, certain tricks like this are used in like on news settings and stuff if they want to adapt it to 16:9. It doesn't look that good, but it looks better than the black bars. Because what would you rather see? Would you rather see this or this? Yeah, that's a little annoying for watching for long periods of time. So I'd rather get rid of the letterboxing, or black bars as they're usually called. Now, if you're playing back the video, let's go right here. If you're playing back the video and it lags, well, for me it's fine. But if you're playing back the video and it lags, you can always hide this layer and it won't display it while you're editing it. Just be sure before you export it, you always unhide the layers that way. Because if you export it like this with the layer being hidden, then it won't show in the exported clip. So just make sure you take care of that. Now this is GeForce Experience or Nvidia Shadow Play, and Premiere doesn't like those folders. So I always export the audio using VLC Player, and I'll show this if you guys want to see it. But I always get rid of the audio. I don't need this, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of it. And then I take the MP4 file, which I exported from VLC Media Player. It's just the audio from the clip exported out, and we put that in there. And then what I do is I do the tester thing like I showed last time. So the tester here is the sound tester. If we show it, right click, test, and you can hear that, right? That's perfectly linked. If we go all the way at the end, I do it again at the end of the video. As you can see, it's just delayed, just a tad bit. You know, it's just enough that you would notice it, you know? And that's what happens with Nvidia Shadow Play, is the audio gets out linked for a short period of time. That's why we always do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take where that shows first. So when you hit test on the thing, as you can see, it'll pop up there green when it starts to go, just a little bit on the display. And then we're going to hold down the click button on the ripple edit tool and go down to rate stretch and let go. So that gives you a rate stretch tool. And we're going to stretch this out to be right... Oh, that's a little bit too far. So we're going to make it just a tad bit smaller. And as you can see, that's just about perfect. So as you can see, and the audio is now linked up for the entire clip. That's all it has. That's all you have to do to link up the audio. I wish that we didn't have to do that, but it's whatever. So now that this is linked up, I'm going to go ahead and link all these three together, and we're going to link my audio to it. So the WAV file is always my audio. That's how I differentiate between the two. The MP3 folder is the game audio, and the waveform is mine. So we're going to show it whenever we start it on Audacity. Here it goes, as you can see. And I'll start singing or whatever. Here comes Bodacious. Bodacious! Man, that's awesome. I guess I sang Primus Bodacious and stuff. Check that video. That song's awesome. All right, so we linked that up, make sure everything is, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Where would I start the clip? Is this the start of the video? Hey guys, what's going on? It is. Okay, that's the start. So Control K, Shift Delete, Ripple Delete, and there you go. I guess. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Liz4111. Welcome back. That's perfect. That's all linked up. Everything's good. And if we see the 1680 by 1050 folder, it's still the same. And we're just displaying it in the 1920 by 1080 with the letterboxing still in. So that's the way it's going to go. It's going to look fine this way. And personally, I am a fan of showing the clips and the aspect ratio in which they were intended. So yeah, that's pretty much it.